It's a Christmas-themed zombie musical. I mean, what else do you need to know?
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Young Anna was nestled, all snug in her bed, not knowing tomorrow she'd meet the undead. How would she survive what this season would bring? Well, that's simple. She'd stab, she'd slash, and she'd sing.
Oh, Anna and the Apocalypse, the British indie film musical. Basic plot of the film: it's about a girl named Anna who's about to graduate from high school, who questions what she wants to do with her life after it's all over. She wants to travel the world. Her father just wants her to go off to college. And then she wakes up one morning before Christmas to see that the zombie apocalypse has happened outside. And from there, it's her and her friends singing and dancing their way through the town, trying to avoid the zombies and make it to the safe house at the high school to be with their loved ones during Christmas. So, that's the plot of the movie. Let's get to the good and bad of this movie. So the good, well, first just let me say, the cast in this film, they're all so good in this movie. They're all just such charming and likable characters. They all have such nice singing voices, especially Ella Hunt as the titular Anna. And because of that, it becomes a very heartfelt movie because they're just so likable and they have such great chemistry. And just the fact that the plot is them just trying to be with their loved ones, trying to ride out the apocalypse while Christmas is happening. And you really get a feeling of how much these people care for each other, so slight spoiler, but when some of them start dying, it's legitimately heartbreaking, because you just see clearly written on their faces just like how much these people meant to them and just how heartbroken they are to see them die. So, yeah, the cast is great, and because of that, it becomes a strangely heartfelt film. Just that, though, but as the question that has to be asked with any sort of musical, is the actual music good? And yeah, it's really good for the most part. Whether it's a parody of High School Musical or Santa Baby, most of it's absolutely hilarious. It's incredibly well choreographed, and I think Ella Hunt, I'm pretty sure I saw her in an interview mention, that they, choreographed most of, the big scenes, an hour before they shot them, which is just crazy, because that is so well done, especially probably the biggest scene where they kind of do a Shaun of the Dead thing when Anna first wakes up to the apocalypse. She doesn't notice the zombies have attacked. It's just her, like Shaun of the Dead, he's just really depressed, so he doesn't notice the zombies. It's because she's just singing and dancing while failing to realize all the people being murdered behind her. And, yeah, so music in this film is so good, and it's just really catchy. Finally, it's just a really funny and clever film. Most of the comedy is just great. It's incredibly cynical and has a lot of dry wit to it. There's a great line early on, and basically when they first realize that the apocalypse has struck, their only plan is just to wait in a bowling alley, just waiting for their cell phone service to turn back on because they have no idea what else to do at the moment. And so all the comedy is great, and it's one of those few Christmas horror movies that I've seen, because last year there was the film Better Watch Out, a film that I really did like, but I said one of my big issues with it was it didn't really take advantage of the fact it was Christmas. There's only one scene I can remember that they kind of paid lip service, where one of the characters was annoyed by a bunch of Christmas carolers that knock on his door, but that's it. No, this movie takes advantage of the fact that it's set during Christmas time. Whether it be the character of Anna's weapon of choice, which is a candy cane spear, or an incredibly well done and intense scene where the characters are forced to try to sneak through a Christmas tree farm where zombies could be hiding in any of the trees. But there are some issues with this movie. There's two big ones. First one is just some of the music falls flat, which is it's just noticeable because the rest of the music is so good and so clever that there's, I'd say, two songs that just miss the mark. The first song they sing and one that the principal sings later on in the movie. Literally, right after they happen, I was like, wait, did I just sit there a musical number? I almost instantly forgot about them, and it's just noticeable because, like I said, the rest of it is all so good and clever, so that's an issue. And the other big issue is this could have been a funnier movie. Like I said, there are some really funny scenes in it. This film got a few belly laughs out of me, but There were just a few scenes that I was just thinking, like, you know, if you went really, really cynical with this at the moment, like, if you went for, like, full black comedy in a few of these scenes, this could have just, like, brought me to tears of laughter. But, like I said, it's still a really funny movie. I just wish it was a bit funnier. So, to summarize my thoughts on *And the Apocalypse* one more time, the good cast, also likable and charming. It's a strangely heartfelt film. Most of the music's great. It's really funny, and it actually takes advantage of its Christmas setting. As far as negatives go, is some of the music falls flat, and it could have been funnier, and that's why I give *Anna and the Apocalypse* a very solid 8 out of 10. So yeah, *Anna and the Apocalypse*, I highly doubt this is playing in a theater anymore. I feel like this is only in theaters in my area, like, or one theater for like a week, but so chances are you didn't see it, but I really hope this movie goes on Netflix because this could really have a huge cult following. Because personally, I'm going to be watching and trolling this people with this movie during Christmas time for years to come. Just when people are like, "Hey, want to watch a Christmas movie?" I said, "Well, I got one though. We can all watch together." So yeah, and the Apocalypse, I'm sure will show up online soon. I'd say definitely worth a watch when you can see it. So. Great film for the Christmas season. So, yeah, YouTube as always, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.